Welcome to Sled Talk, where we love talking all things snowmobile. I'm Rob Reed.
I'm Steve Glass.
And we're talking snowmobiling from pulling the cord to pulling your hair out. There's lots to discuss. Steve, there's been a lot going on in the world, and where we were a couple weeks ago saying, hey, this is our grand finale, season finale, but we were going to do the odd show through the summer if anything important happened.
Right.
Well, here we are 2 weeks later, and we have things to talk about in the world of snowmobiling.
Yeah, for sure.
Most important thing I think we need to lead off with is your latest purchase. What have you bought?
Moto-Ski Skeeter mini bike.
Cool.
Yeah, I know. They only made them for 2 years, 71 and 72. Mm-hmm. I've seen pictures of them, but I've never actually seen one before. But they're it's a neat little thing, two-stroke motor, so that's kind of cool compared to a lot of the little mini bike things.
And there was 2 models.
There was 3 models.
3 models, okay.
There was a 450 Skeeter, a 350 Skeeter, a 550 Skeeter, and a 650 Skeeter.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. Steve's wanting to restore this little bike of his, and he is looking for anyone and everyone who has information, manuals, parts, you name it, so he can get this thing in better condition than it currently is.
A manual would be huge. If you Google these things, there is so little information. Mm. I found like one brochure and a few pictures, but you don't know on the pictures if it's original or not original, and so there's almost no information on them there.
So you bought it on an auction.
Yeah.
It runs.
It does run. It runs really good.
Yeah, and needs some, like you say, some cleanup, some touch-up, because it is,
1972.
Yeah.
It's old, yeah.
It's old.
It's amazing that you could still just start it up. It started first pull when we brought it home, and jumped on it and rode around the yard.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the tires, you saw it, they look like they're from 1972.
Yeah, they certainly do, yeah.
It's pretty neat. It's built pretty well. Front and rear suspension on it, and Moto-Ski guys would probably love it. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they will.
I think it's neat just because I've started to collect a few Moto-Ski snowmobiles now. So
it just seems like that particular pile in your yard is getting bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. Got 3 Moto-Ski sleds that I'm working on now, and now this little Skeeter.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I mean, without letting the cat out of the bag.
Good try. Yeah.
You see what I did there, right? Yeah. It's, I'm sure at this point, 3 or 4 days old, the news, as we're talking about it, that Arctic Cat has been bought.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the person that bought it is Brad Darling. Steve, do you know much about Brad?
He was the vice president of Arctic Cat for quite a few years.
Right.
You told me how long, I can't remember now.
It was from 2011 to 2016.
Okay, and I know from an interview he has a real passion for their sleds. Mm-hmm. And then he moved on to become the CEO of Argo.
Right.
And he's been doing really well with them. Mm-hmm. And they were rumored really early on to be in the contention to buy Cat, mostly just because of his past experiences with them.
Right, yeah. And he'd been cited on at the Arctic Cat facility and things like that. So he obviously has a lot of Arctic Cat knowledge and, like you say, a real passion for it.
Yeah.
Now, he's running it as a separate company from Argo. So, they're not tied together, but I guess they're both reporting into the same, I'll say, global company, for lack of a better term.
Right.
And, kind of an interesting thing. We've talked about what are they going to do for engines.
Don't know about that yet. I don't know. Well,
I can tell you.
Can you?
Yeah. So they've been making their own 2-strokes. And again, where you and I have a lot more knowledge in the older stuff, sometimes we're a little softer in the new, what's new, and there's lots of shows out there that do new programs or new sleds. But they have been running a 600 C-tec 2 engine. It's a 2-stroke.
Yeah.
For a number of years.
Yeah, I know they've had some good 2-strokes right up till now.
Yeah, and they're coming out with an 858 C-tec 2 that they're going to be putting on their Catalyst chassis.
Okay.
So look for a bigger, stronger, big bore motor from Arctic Cat coming out next year.
What are they going to do about 4-strokes? Still Yamaha, you think?
Don't know. I wouldn't want to even begin to speculate on that. My guess is that is kind of a thing of the past because, as we've said in a previous episode when we were talking about Yamaha and Arctic Cat, Yamaha, the advantage they had of selling their engines to Arctic Cat was the cost savings for them because of the volume.
Right.
And when you lose a volume purchaser, and now you stop making snowmobiles, what's the value in them making those motors?
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah. So my guess is those go away. At least the Yamaha, I don't want to even speculate on what they're going to do for a 4-stroke or if they're going to do a 4-stroke. I mean, other manufacturers have done very well on very efficient two-strokes.
And when are they going to come out with an electric?
I'm sure it's coming.
Fire everyone up and get them mad.
Let's let them get out of the gates. Let them get some sleds on the snow before you...
They showed their 2026 lineup the other day, and they had some really cool retro wraps. One was in EXT. It looked really neat.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same sled with a wrap, but I like it. I like it when they do the wraps. I liked when Polaris did their TX wraps.
Those are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this I don't know if you've seen this EXT one.
I haven't.
It's got the pink and stuff like that. Like they showed a picture of an old EXT, and then they showed a picture of their new wrap. It looks really good. Yeah.
So yeah, interesting things to talk about with Arctic Cat. They started back in 1960.
Yeah, my first snowmobile was the '69 Panther.
There you go. They started as Polar Enterprises, Polar Industries,
Right.
and changed the name shortly thereafter because the owner had originally worked for Polaris. And I'm wondering if there was a little something going on in the background there too close to Polaris and he had to change the name. But he changed it to Arctic Enterprises, and they operated like that for quite a number of years. And did you know in 1968, they opened a clothing manufacturer in Rainy River, Ontario?
I didn't know that, but it doesn't surprise me because they had some of the coolest original clothing and boots and things like that, and suits and stuff when we were still buying our stuff at Canadian Tire and whatnot. They were really promoting their clothing line.
So that all ran between the sled manufacturing and the clothing up till 1982, when lack of snow and a few other issues caused Arctic Cat to go bankrupt.
Right.
And they were down for 2 years, reemerged in 1984, and ran again as Arctic Enterprises or Arctic Snowmobiles. I can't remember the exact name right now.
Article?
Could have been.
I can't remember for sure, I'm not.
Could have been something like that until Textron bought them in 2017.
Right.
And they kept them up till now, and everyone's familiar with the story as it is today. So, welcome back, Arctic Cat. I'm glad to have another major manufacturer. I mean, through the season that we've done so far, we've talked about a number of different manufacturers and what's out there. Lynx, as we got more into Lynx, is more really of a BRP product than a standalone. We talked about some of the E-sleds that are out there that are, I'll say, more European than anything else, although the major manufacturers are putting out E-sleds for those that want short rides that don't go very fast.
They can go kind of fast.
They can.
Maybe not like this. I don't think the Skidoo one can.
No, that's a real slug.
I'm glad Arctic Cat's back because if they weren't around, I was going to have to start teasing you about Polaris things again. And now we have a brand that we can make fun of again.
Yeah.
It doesn't involve Skidoo or Polaris.
Yeah, we can both just pile on. Right on.
Yeah.
So Arctic Cat, in its day, and I'm going back to the early 70s, had some real flashy sleds. I mean, when we looked at the sleds that came out back then, the Pumas, the Panthers, the Cheetahs, and then you looked at, I'll say, Ski-Doo, sorry pal.
Or say those Mercuries with the two headlights.
Yeah, those ugly old Mercuries, things like that.
Colts and things like that weren't exactly pretty either.
No, they weren't. Yeah, they weren't really what I would call a real eye catcher, whereas Arctic Cat was. Because when you looked at, I'll say, some of the Ski-Doo products and where I was going with that, you had your Elan, which basically they made a hood for it and stuck with it for 40 years. But you had your Olympics and some of your other stuff, and none of them were, I'll say, exciting to look at.
Not really.
And the Arctic Cats in that era were.
Yeah.
They really were.
Nice.
Yeah. And, we could talk about, I brought up Pumas. And a friend of ours who had a 72 Puma.
That was nice. You know what? It was a 71 Puma.
Was it a 71?
I was just talking to him about these sleds yesterday.
Yeah.
Because he still has a 72 Panther. And he said it was a 71 Puma.
Yeah.
So for 71, it was a pretty cool sled.
It certainly was. And for security purposes, we'll call him Dave.
Sure.
Had this 71 Puma. I stand corrected because I thought it was a 72.
Yeah.
But it's 71 Puma that it was an exciting sled. I know he loved riding it.
Yeah.
And
a little racer.
A little racer at the time. But that poor sled went through hell. I mean, he started it beside his house one time. We're still just kids living at home. And the throttle stuck. And it shot down the driveway, crossed the street where we grew up in Charleswood. There's ditches. Jumped the ditch, slammed nose first into the far side of the ditch, and just did a ton of damage to it. Of course, you know, we're kids living at home. He had to dig it out of the ditch, get it home, and start fixing it before his dad got home and give him hell.
Yeah.
And, you know, he got it running again. And then later on...
Before you tell the story that actually...
Did they finish it?
Finished
You
it.
got something else to share?
On one of our... Might not have been a spring ride, but it was a ride up at that cabin there. And I was riding my Evinrude skimmer, which was a pretty big tank.
Yep.
And my throttle stuck wide open, and I drove right over top of the back end of that Puma and took out everything right up to Dave, where Dave was sitting.
Yeah. Yeah, basically Dave stopped you.
Yes.
And Dave's poor back has taken a beating over the years.
Yes.
We'll have to tell the story about the saucer sometime.
Yeah, okay.
But poor Dave has been through hell. So we were out riding one time, and we're beside the Perimeter Highway. And for those that live in Winnipeg, you'll know what we're talking about. Going towards the Assiniboine River. And I'm not entirely sure what Dave hit, but he hit something. And knee, hand, God knows what, his throttle stuck open.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he broke the throttle, if the throttle cable stuck like it had previously, or what happened. But Dave fell off. The sled took off on its own.
Yeah.
Now, I took off after it in an attempt to kind of hit the kill switch until we got up right beside the big pole. Now...
Light standard.
Yeah, right big light standard. And you think about it, it wasn't the running down the ditch that hurt it.
No.
It was that sudden stop.
Yeah.
And that was the end of that sled.
And it was like the only thing it could have hit for probably miles. It would have been crossing the road and
Eventually, yeah.
hitting something else, but right dead center into that light standard.
Oh yeah, couldn't have T-boned that any better than it did. But that was the end of that poor sled's life.
Didn't Dave come home with the globe from the light?
Yeah, he kept that. Yeah,
It knocked the globe off the light.
it sure did. Yeah, it fell right down there. Yeah. A little insult to injury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, that was the end of that machine.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great little sled.
Yeah.
I understand that you were telling me earlier that he kept the other sled that he had as a kid was a 399 Panther.
Yeah.
And it's still in pristine condition.
It is really nice condition. I was looking at it the other day. Yeah, he's got to rebuild the motor on it, but he's got a lot of parts there for it, and that's his goal for something. He wants to have it ready for riding next year. But I was blown away by how good it looked. Like it, the hood looked nice, the windshield looked good. Like there was no weathering on it. It was in very good condition still. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I mean the reason for that was that sled is a 399, and again we're kids.
Yeah.
We couldn't start it. It was just too hard to pull over. It took three of us.
Yeah, put a hairdryer under the hood for a while, and then put everybody on the rope.
Yeah.
And if it started, you could ride it.
Yeah, but often it didn't, which probably saved it.
Yeah, I think it did, because there's not a dent in it. Like it looks really good. Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't as careful as we are now.
No.
Yeah.
No, not with the old machines that deserve it.
For sure. So, Steve, I understand Performance Supply now. You've gone into summer hours. What's that?
I'm closed Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Okay.
Doesn't mean I'm not here and I'm not doing some work, but I'm making it so that I can bugger off to the lake whenever I want.
I don't blame you.
And I'll be open Mondays and Tuesdays and during the day, and then Wednesdays and Thursdays in the evening. Not doing a ton of service work, a little bit of light duty stuff on quads, but full catalog of quad parts if anybody needs quad parts.
Okay, good to know for anyone that does their own backyard repairs,
Yeah,
and
I'll-
lots of guys do.
I can order parts in weekly, and I'd love to get a sled or two job that I could just do over the summer. Like what I'd really like is if somebody has an old machine they want to get back on the snow, an old vintage machine.
Right.
I would love to have something, just work on it over the summer and get it ready for them. A couple of those maybe.
Right.
Or if anybody has a motor they want rebuilt, something like that. Something I can
Project.
just do in the evenings.
Yeah.
And there's no rush, but not a whole lot of quads. Just some basic quad stuff.
How about dirt bikes?
I haven't. I got one sitting over there right now, but not a lot of service because people are going to have to wait for stuff in the summertime. That's why I don't do it right now.
Right.
Like a guy wants his quad fixed. He wants it fixed right away.
Because he wants to get on the weekend.
And I want to go to the lake every weekend.
Yeah, and I don't blame you.
So that's why it's more snowmobile projects for the summer still. But if a guy needs his brakes changed or a U-joint changed or something like that, I can do that. And definitely supply parts, dirt bike parts, quad parts, side-by-side parts. Yeah.
Yeah, any two-stroke stove, and you still have oil.
Yep. Still got
All
oil
the
for
good stuff.
Yep.
Right on. Well, I just wanted to kind of touch on that because I know we've changed seasons, but people still love their toys.
Yeah.
And we still want to be able to get out and enjoy them.
Right. Yeah, and I can't do things fast enough in the summer right now.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it completely. So I think that's really it for today. We really just wanted to talk about Arctic and, a couple of the different things that have gone on and share the story about your Moto-Ski. Anything more, Steve?
No, I can't really think of it. I'm restoring a Moto-Ski 300 right now.
Yeah.
Sled. Those were only made 1 year. It's kind of a neat one.
Okay.
It's going to have my little Skeeter sitting by it one day.
Fun never ends.
No, it never ends.
We'll talk about the Skeeter another time. How does that sound?
We should do a video of the Skeeter tearing around the yard.
We could.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as always, snowmobiling is all about performance, and Performance Supply is all about ensuring a great snowmobile or ATV dirt bike season.
Yeah.
We have to say I really appreciate Performance Supply supporting us through the season here, and look forward to you on our next episode.
All right. Thanks so much, man.